أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا وحبيبنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. My dear brothers and sisters, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you all. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all of our efforts, inshallah, for this year's Hajj. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept our intentions and to make it easy for us all. For those of you who are attending today, many of you are uh, have made efforts so far, and we all together have been on this journey of booking for Hajj this year. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us Hajj this year. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. With that, today, inshallah ta'ala, with that introduction, brothers and sisters, what we're going to go through today is we're going to cover, first of all, discussion about phase one and what happened on Sunday, inshallah ta'ala. And I know there's so much experience and so many things that different people have shared on the group. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you. And inshallah, I'm trying to just open up my screen. And then we'll start. So phase one, what is complete and how quick that happened, subhanallah. Previously, we informed you that last year and the years before, it was a lengthy process, and we spent perhaps a whole night trying to book, okay? Hours and hours, right? People were not able to enter into the website. There could be delays. And once people got in, there was some errors. There was issues where it was bouncing out of the cart, all of these things. So this year, as you have seen, there was one main issue. We're going to be discussing that, inshallah ta'ala. And then we're going to go into how to be best prepared for the next two phases, and what does it mean by the next two phases actually. That's the first thing, inshallah ta'ala. So bismillahi nabda, inshallah, we start with Allah's name. So once we discuss phase two and phase three, the expected timeline, we'll look at package availability. And I think many of you were asking that question today on the Telegram, and you're sharing other providers' availability. What we can say is that there is availability still on Jameel and Sira, and we will share those packages which are available and what to actually perhaps focus on so that you can secure your Hajj. Now, what we can see is that we're going to have to be a little bit tactful in terms of how and what package we target to have that chance to, inshallah ta'ala, or the opportunity to go to Hajj, inshallah ta'ala. So let's begin. First and foremost, phase one. Custom packages only were available to book in the phase one. So anyone who had those packages were country specific, which had flights attached, we were able to try to book, and it was open for booking for those packages. And you all know those packages, and we discussed it in detail. Now, the main issue that we had was, as an overview, we know that OTP was an issue, one-time password, arriving late. So many people were not able to access, okay? And really, we could say that this is some people could say it's a technical issue, but at the same time, I want to say to you all that from the analytics and information that someone shared with me, many people were trying to book on this day, okay, at this time, and given the amount of people trying, not every if every single person could book at that time, then it would not be possible to achieve a package at all, because it was a large number of people trying to book on the Nusuk platform. What I want to say is that given the amount of traffic, the site was quite stable. And yes, the OTP was not coming, and that is something that we have to bear in mind. And some people it did come, and I want to share that there were some people on this in our group who just came in, put their typed in their username, password, and straight away the what OTP came, and they just went in and booked it. There was no delay at all, and others waited for hours. And this is something that we have to just take in, and just we're going to have to deal with this as it happens, and we have to make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes it easy for us, and that it opens inshallah for us. May Allah open the doors for all of us. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. So the key thing was the OTP, and perhaps in the next session we're going to discuss that before before it opens again. But for today, we're just having a quick overview, and then we're going to look at the available packages, inshallah. We're going to answer questions shortly. Number three, the initial UK Hajj visa quota was used up within 3 hours, as you can see on the screen here. Probably less than 3 hours, I would say 4 till around 5, 6, 6:20-ish, 6:30-ish. People were messaging that the visa quota was used up, and then you saw a grey screen. Okay, and it's grayed out, meaning the country's quota is finished. And the number of quota for this for UK is around 3,500 to 3,600 pilgrims. We mentioned before that the previous quota before Nusuk was around 24,000, 25,000. It has shrunk a lot, but the plan is in the future to increase it, inshallah ta'ala. Last year, double that number, or more than double that number, was able to go to Hajj from UK. So around 7,000 plus, or 8,000. So the question now is, where did the other 3,500, 4,000 go? So this is, where is it, and are we going to be able to avail that or use that quota? So we're going to come to that in a moment. Right now, currently, it is still open for those countries that have not used up their quota. There are some countries still available, like Canada, and other countries still available. Okay, so in phase one, so there's about 9 countries that were in phase one, which had group flights attached to the packages, and most of them, UK, USA, Canada, UK, USA, and France have used up their quota, and so various packages are still available, brothers and sisters, and it will be shared shortly, inshallah. So phase one overview. Okay, only custom packages were available to book, and many people could not access the site. We all know this, right? You all went through this. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make it easy for us. And as I said to you before, there are some challenges in Hajj, and this is the booking process is one of those challenges, and really is part right now in the system that we are sort of booking. It is a big challenge, and we are inshallah. I want to reiterate and share to you that next one, inshallah, next time you have a chance, I'm hoping, inshallah, we don't know, we cannot say for sure, but we've been informed that it will not be so much of a load on the site. We cannot guarantee this, but this is what they're saying. So for various reasons, maybe people give up or don't want to book, or not the same amount of number. Whatever the case, this is what they're saying. So moving on to phase two. All right, previously we understood that phase two was for public packages as per Nusuk, but we understand from now, and this is what I mean by giving out information or informing about things and understanding that information from Nusuk. Everyone here, from the service providers down to the guides, are all trying to understand the information from Nusuk, and data or announcements can change. Okay, announcements can change. And I was hearing from some groups or people sharing messages that the 19th Wednesday uh, is the day for the next round for us, but it may be 20th, it may be 21st. Okay, so this is something that is not 100% yet. So we're going to talk about that next. But the point of the matter is, what do we understand from phase two? Phase two will be available for those countries which do not have pre-attached flights to packages. Those countries like the Caribbean, like Portugal, Italy, countries, some countries in Africa, just to give an opportunity, some islands around the world, they will have an opportunity to try and book, and they will be given some time to view the packages, just like we were given, and they will also be booking in phase two. When is phase two? Obviously, they will not have group flights attached to it because such a small number from these countries. Expect like some countries only 5 people, some islands, and so there might be 10 people, 20 people from another country. Yeah, so they will search a flight through the Nusuk platform through Al Musafir. As we said before, the public packages will be like that, but they have restricted it to outside of these 9 countries that just had a chance to book on Sunday in phase one. So we still expect it to go live on 14th of February, brothers and sisters, at 11 a.m., okay, which is 6 a.m. Eastern time. So those who would like to, from outside UK and outside these 9 countries, who from Guyana, from other countries, New Zealand, certain countries, they can still book and join us, inshallah, on those public packages, bi'idhnillahi tabaraka wa ta'ala. We expect, and this is just an expectation, subject to the actual bookings, for around 2,000 to 2,500 quota of visas to be used up. It may be more, it may be less. We don't know. The question is now, how many quota is remaining? That's the big question from the overall Nusuk. So we're about around 20,000 have booked so far in the last, since Sunday till now. So it's now Tuesday. There maybe have been another 1,000 or 2,000 bookings. Okay, not in UK, maybe in other countries like Canada and others that didn't use up their quota, which is still open for them. So that means, say 22,000. Last year we said 44,000 pilgrims went. So just to give you an idea, inshallah ta'ala, inshallah, maybe 2,000, 2,500. Therefore, we expect at least 12,000, maybe even more, 14,000 will be remaining. Okay, it depends on the final number. Again, the final number is under the discretion of Nusuk. This is something to be aware of as well. And if 3,500 from UK is the quota, and last year 7,000 went, what if, or what is it to say? Can we say that maybe perhaps it can go up to 10, maybe 9, maybe 8, maybe 7, maybe the same? So we have to be prepared regardless. So phase two, brothers and sisters, just to recap and to explain, is that not for UK, none of our pilgrims from UK will be able to book. Okay, and this is across the board. Everyone has understood and this information as per the announcement from the Nusuk team, that those countries outside of UK and USA, France, Canada, they will be able to search, and they will be given some time to try to book, right? And then a couple of days, and then they will see how many are remaining, and then inshallah ta'ala, and of course there's a caveat here, which is we all should be ready in case it is possible to book this Friday. We don't expect it really to be open on Friday. So based on what you're seeing on the screen, we have to just say, because tomorrow if you say to me, oh Sheikh, you didn't mention, or Hasan Travel, you didn't mention that on Friday, this is the issue. Like and it opens up. We have to be prepared still, right? Nobody can say for certain, right? If the system is open, you go on it on Friday and you see that you're able to book it, right? But the point is, if it's not possible, alhamdulillah, yani our turn will come inshallah again. So that's what we mean. Just be vigilant and sort of, we don't expect it though. But if it is, we should be prepared. So finally, phase three is for us. Brothers and sisters, phase three is for the remaining number of pilgrims who'd like to book, who didn't get a chance in the first round, not in phase two. Phase three, the date, brothers and sisters, for phase three, as I said to you, has not been shared officially. So some people are saying 19th, some people are saying 21st, some people are saying 20th. Okay. If it comes out, and I messaged last night, whenever it is, we're going to be ready for it, inshallah. We're going to message on Telegram. We're going to send you an email, perhaps, from the team to remind you what time and what date it is announced. Sorry, what date and what time it will be as soon as we receive it. Now, if it is on the 19th, Wednesday, coming Wednesday, not this Wednesday, tomorrow, no, the week after, or the 21st, the Friday after this Friday, then obviously we should be ready either way. Okay. Now, what happens here? All the custom packages and all of the public packages, both of them should be open to the public, and all the remaining packages, custom and public, will be available to purchase for all countries, brothers and sisters. Okay, all countries, open quota. As long as you come online on that day, on that time, at that time, inshallah ta'ala, you'll be able to book. Right? Let's hope. One thing, just I don't know if anyone's watching from outside UK, forgive me, but let's hope for the British brothers and sisters who are predominantly in this group. Let's hope that the timing, like it was on Sunday, is favorable for us, so that we can come online and be ready to book, inshallah. So Eastern time, you see 6 a.m., for example, on Friday. So it might be the same on that day for USA and other states or other places around the world. So the remainder of visa count will be booked in this stage, phase three. And as I said to you, we have been informed that the website will have less load. We cannot guarantee that, but it's something that we have been told. And inshallah, whether it's a custom package, which is the one with a flight attached, for those who are not sure still, they can book those packages, or you can have a public package where you search your flight and book. Of course, it probably may be more suitable to go for a custom package, given the context and the situation we're in now. Last year, everybody was able to book same time. Okay. And there was a lot of load on the website. And so much so that people getting kicked out. And those who tried last year, you know what I'm talking about. We had a few people we've already discussed with and had a chat about that. So once again, I must say that still it's been very much easier than last year in terms of the whole process. Yes, it causes anxiety and stress. We're going to talk about that in a moment. But I want to first move straight into custom package availability. And I'd like to pass that on to Brother Muhtadi, inshallah ta'ala. Once again, just from my end, I want to say, brothers and sisters, please await the right information and don't be hasty. Don't rush. There's no way. We're going to be ready for that day, bi'idhnillah, right? Whenever it is, we were ready last time, right? But nothing will change if we keep on saying, oh, it's this day and that day. There's no point of that. Let's be ready. Let's make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and come back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and say, Ya Allah, grant me a successful booking. And yes, absolutely, you need to tie the camel and do what you need to do. But of course, the whole point of all of our communication and all of our Telegram groups or email is to inform you when that booking is. And unfortunately, due to that, I just want to mention, there were some people who logged in, unfortunately, قدر الله ما شاء ما فعل. They were actually not one, couple of people who logged in on Sunday, but they didn't have enough money in their account. So they didn't top up the e-wallet. They weren't, this is what we mean. If you follow the announcements, follow the information, it's easier. And some people are saying, well, I'll do it later. I'll do it assuming that it's a website that you just book online on the spot. Okay, no, you need to top up your e-wallet if you want to be ready. The money's there, you just click book. Just to recap as well, for the sake of, and I think I should mention this, what we found was good practice was instead of going to the cart, you just go to the dashboard, click on that, and your يعني, sorry, what is the name of that muhtadi? What was the name of the button in the middle, if you recall, or the team? So you know where you open your dashboard in the middle, it's got look at your configuration or your booking, and in the middle you click that, and then it goes straight to you go scroll down and purchase package. Okay, so that is the quickest way to book. So don't waste time and just go straight to trying to book, inshallah ta'ala. Okay, now the question is, can you configure? Now you can't configure now, right? You don't have access, but there will be time post phase 2 for you to reconfigure again, inshallah ta'ala. We expect that. Okay, we'll go to questions in a moment and discuss a few more points about registration. When will registration close? E-wallet top up maybe might close as well. These are things that you have to bear in mind. And we have time now. So if you're sure about you want to give it another try for Hajj, I assure you there is going to be a good chance for those who are patient. As I said to you last time in the previous webinars, the first phase, a lot of people managed to book this time, but still there will be an opportunity for everyone again, inshallah ta'ala. However, there is a larger number of people trying this year to book. That's something to bear in mind. So inshallah, still, because it's an open quota, perhaps even UK could take maybe all of the quota if everyone's quick and can get into the website and book, as opposed to some other countries like Canada and USA or other countries, France, for example. So with that, let's move to custom package availability, and I'll pass it on to Brother Muhtadi. Jazakumullahu khairan.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. Jazakumullah khairan for joining this evening. I know a lot of you are, um, you know, worried as well, like what will happen in the next few days, but uh, be upbeat and, be prepared and place your trust and make your dua, inshallah. Uh, Now, we have made a little table here with some capacity availability to make it easier for people to maybe understand what sort of chances that they may have on certain packages. This document that we've got here will be shared on the group. And for now, for today, we're only able to take capacity for the custom packages, the ones that were available on the first day, Sunday, so that you can then maybe strategically decide, okay, which ones to go for, as opposed to, just going randomly for packages. This might be a good tactic. Uh, Straight away, I wanna maybe just go into the ones. If you look at the figure on the right-hand side, which says capacity, a lot of people are interested in the MAW Premium and the Premium 2. Whilst there were many bookings that happen on there, it still does have moderate availability, I would say. It was probably more than double that availability in the first place, but still have an okay chance on that one. The MAW Diamond 8 as well has limited, I would say, limited space, but if you have it in your cart and you're quick, then you should be able to book it. Diamond 9 seems to be a bit less, but if you do have it, then you got to be quick. And what we're trying to say is, if there's 100 people trying to go for a package with 6 seats, then you may want to set your second choice or third choice. But the one that I want to really direct to is mainly the Jamil 204, because these have had from the off a lot larger flight capacity. There's still at least one coach available on the Jamil 200, and up to nearly two coaches on the Jamil 4. So I think a lot of people, if you're looking to do your Hajj this year, within our ground, configured and got it in their basket already. So if you are one of those people, then be sure to quickly go in, book it. And one thing I can say is one of the reasons why Abdul Latif Jamil may need pod rooms on their basket, on their configuration, is that so that it would check out quicker, so that there's no difficulties of, oh, this room has run out or no more spaces. So this should increase your chances to get that package. And they're very, very solid programs. And I think, looking at that, the Jamil 500 still has, I would say, moderate to low availability, but still it has a number of 20. I believe maybe three times the amount was booked already on that. The Jameel Shifting 502 has only got one space officially on there, unless any cancellations come out. So if I was you, as a couple, I think you shouldn't really be looking at that one because you won't be able to book it for anyone. If it's a single person, maybe go for it, but anyone in families shouldn't even be considering the 502 for now. You should look at the 500 because it's the closest one, or the 204 or the 200 with Jameel. And then the Jameel 700 also has moderate availability as well, nearly one coach still. And that has about 36 spaces. Now, this is on the one, the pre-selected flights attached to them. So as you know, those that booked, and if they are on this webinar, they'll know that it was quite quick to just go into booking details. It would open up the page, you scroll down, you tick a button, and it says, I accept, to this terms and conditions. And then a book now came and you clicked it. And then within 5 to 10 seconds, it would start loading a pop-up box. And usually it should within a minute or two confirm your package. So it's pretty quick this year compared to last year. Although there were some cases this year for 6, 7 minutes, it was loading, loading, loading. But towards the end, a lot of people were getting it quicker. I did manage to book for some people, so the team was able to do as well. And many people reporting that they got in quickly. But what we're trying to say here is that look, there's still nearly 200 seats available on the flights that are pre-selected with the package on the customer program, and that's a good availability still to be on a quick book sort of package. The public packages have similar or probably maybe even a bit more availability, but at the moment I share that because Friday hasn't come. But you do have to bear in mind that potentially it may take you, a couple of minutes more just to configure the flight. So post Friday, possibly maybe Saturday or Monday, we maybe have an updated webinar to give you the capacities on those particular programs once the service providers do share that to us. But what we're trying to tell people is that, look, if you had your first choice, second choice, and you're not seeing any of the programs, I think the Diamond 5 is sold out. It was a very popular program, and this one at the moment is sold out. We have requested if they can maybe, post booking, make some availability, but everything in terms of amendments or getting upgrades and so on will be all post booking. Right now, the most thing you have to tell yourself is you've made your intention for 2025 Hajj. Can I get on that plane to Mecca? And that's the mindset you should have. At the same time, do not, oh, if I don't get it with any of the Hasan travel packages, do I look elsewhere? Because we do have, good availability at the moment. It's just you need to be strategic and decide which one you want to go for. And currently at the moment, the Jamil 204 and 200 will be probably your better chance, and then the 500 along with the premium and the Jamil 700. So as I said, there's nearly close to maybe 170, 180 seats left still, pre-selected flights. And then, of course, the public packages will have at least similar or maybe even a bit more availability post Friday. So the number of people in the group, people that want to go, inshallah, there's enough availability of packages. We just ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to enable everyone to be able to log in. And if you can log in, then you will find a package. And ultimately, I think people now, some people who are looking at their first choice, second choice, or the packages that they wanted to really go with, I read some of the comments where people were calling in and saying, I just want to do my Hajj now. Um, and it's something that's really hit them now. What I do want to say is I've been involved in Nusuk and the extended team for the last 3 years. The first year was a serious challenge, and even the year before that, when it was Mutawif, which was a different platform altogether, 20 was challenging. The payments, even when you confirmed your booking, the payment was going through, and then it was canceling or it was dropping, and then you weren't sure if you had a booking or not. You get an email saying successful, but then Nusuk wasn't picking it up. This was a major challenge for 2023. For 2024, the problem was the queuing system even log into the website or to get to the login page. So the page that you were able to put your username and password, say you couldn't even get to that page. And this was a major problem for many, but alhamdulillah, more than 50, 60% of our people got it in the second, third phase. And with these terminologies of second and third phase, to make it simple, For us, our second phase is probably easier to understand is the third phase of Nusuk, meaning the open round where the global sales will happen with everything left over. So whether it's Wednesday 19th or Friday 21st or whichever day it is, we have to be ready that you say Bismillah and you look at the programs and you think strategically that, look, I will go for my Jamil 204, my 700 or my MAW premium, and I will want to, be quick. And those that are looking for the public packages, because some of them are very appealing and, they are, mashallah, by and large, maybe some of them are better than the ones that we have on the custom packages. You will still have a chance. What we're saying is we don't want the majority of you to forego the option of getting quick booking with the custom packages. So that's sort of advice I can give. In terms of the challenges that you will face, it was really disheartening. I did log into a couple of people log in, and I saw they hadn't topped up yet. Despite me personally telling them to top up, they said they'll do it later, and they missed that golden opportunity to book. So please top up your wallets to the maximum amount you want to spend for Hajj 25. Remember, you have a 14-day window to apply for a refund, which is a brilliant tool this year. Than there last year, but if you top up, the worst is you'll just lose a little bit on the exchange rate when you reverse it back. Otherwise, if it does go beyond the 2 weeks, and we suspect it won't go beyond 2 weeks in terms of the booking staying open because there is huge demand from especially the 5, 6 core countries, UK, US, France, Canada, Australia. Then if you don't get your space, you'll be able to withdraw it easily. For those that topped up early, I know you're thinking, do I withdraw? I'm going to fall into the 14-day um, window. You've come this far, don't lose hope. I would say it's worthwhile you sticking it out and try one more time, regardless if you lose a few £100, this 2.65% plus VAT charge. If it was me personally, and this is me talking personally and not, as Hasan Travel, I would definitely stick it out and try. And this is probably my test for the Hajj. Ensure you have your backup packages. Remember, we're going to share the availability. So then please do strategically understand and be realistic. Get everything of the ideal package out of your head and think, what are chances of booking? And we do have, availability and combined with the public and the custom, there should be at least 400, 500 spaces left still to book. So there's plenty of availability, inshallah. So, a lot of people might be thinking, should we start looking at other programs or not? My frank advice is you should get the places with us, and you do want to consider who you want to do the Hajj with, but that decision ultimately up to you. You. Um, with regards to your package being configured, if you had it before the website has been paused, it should still be in your basket. However, be prepared in case they reset everything, then obviously we will know and we'll post on the Telegram group, then be quick to reconfigure and then add it to your basket. For those that have maybe pre-configured a program that has got low and they want to adjust or change their options, then you need to quickly click on empty cart and go to the other packages and quickly put it in your basket. And then immediately accept, book, and so on. Um, One thing that we want people to do is to keep a full page screenshot of the packages when you book successfully booked, where you know exactly what you booked without making any mistake. And it helps us to then confirm from the end with Nusuk. Because Nusuk is still going through the data. And mashallah, a lot of people who managed to book were able to send the information. We have the information before some of the service providers as well have been able to download from Nusuk. So this helps us to ensure that things are as you want and how we can then look at all the additional upgrades or whatever availability that we have to make your Hajj better, inshallah.
Can I just at the
Yep.
point that there are
Yep.
some people who haven't registered their interest properly with us. A number of people from those who booked, we saw afterwards, didn't register their information with us with regards to each of their passengers. So the updated form on hasantravel.com/Hajj 2025, if you haven't done it recently and uploaded each passenger detail, then it becomes very difficult for us to kind of allocate you very quickly into our group. So make sure you do that in preparation for the next phase, inshallah. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, no, yeah, next slide, please, inshallah. So obviously the number one problem that people were having, and the bank advice that we saw that people were, the successful people that were able to book, and there's no, perfect answer to this. I'll give you an example from our team. We had our office with multiple, terminals and devices with even different internet connections. We also had our center where the team was based, and you know, some of our team members couldn't even log in as well, and some of us were, but we were in several different locations using different internet connections, and then that maybe helped us. So it may be a simple thing that maybe your IP address is flagging up, or too many from the same locality are going on the same website. We don't know. There are some things that do sometimes affect the booking for people to log into the page, and different theories come out. But what we do say is that try and have, first of all, use a computer. I know a lot of people use their mobile and they were able to do it. But if you have a wired internet connection without Wi-Fi, sometimes it's faster. But the most important thing was the OTP. And if you come to the OTP slide, Mahir, we will discuss this future seminar before the next time, next phase.
Yeah.
But do you want to go to
Slide.
that next slide? Yeah. So the biggest thing was the OTP, and I think a lot of people were maybe having multiple sessions open, one on the mobile, one on the iPad, one on the computer. And there's been many, many theories or many tips. Mashallah, may Allah bless the people that have been putting it on the groups, whether it's in our group or other groups. However, what we can say is that you need to, patient and wait at least until the 4.5 minute mark for your OTP to come. A lot of them were coming after 5 minutes, 10 seconds, 5 minutes, 30 seconds. If your OTP comes beyond the 5 minutes, you need to go back and click on the login page. Do not use that OTP. Just go back to the page. Do not click on resend OTP. Go back to the login page, enter your username and password again, and then wait. And you'll see that the time usually decreases for your OTP, and eventually within the 5 minutes, and then you can log in. That's what I found anyway, and I was able to help multiple people. And not official, know it all sort of you know, um, information, but this seemed to work for a lot of people, and Allah knows best. But there will be hopefully less challenges on OTP as less people now booking, as other countries are now, you know, um, have used up their quota, or even some people have been disheartened, or they've changed their plan, they're not going anymore. We can say is there is still availability, and we expect it to be, as I said, maybe between 7 to 10,000 on a global first come, first serve basis as a minimum, which is a very good number still.
Jazakumullah khairan, Brother Muhtadi. Barakallah fikum. So once again, in any case, you've seen the way we try to conduct ourselves as Hasan Travel. We want to guide you in a very smooth manner, in a very calm manner. We don't want to create panic. We don't want to create already. It is stressful, and there is anxiety. I have to acknowledge that. I appreciate that. We all appreciate that from Hasan Travel. That's why we've had all of these educative, hopefully helpful webinars to slowly kind of ease you into all of this, and to those who have been following, mashallah, tabarakallah, have said that it has been useful. But there are many perhaps who were not able to watch, and they're relying on the messages on Telegram, which I appreciate. Not everyone has the time, but sometimes we're our ethos, or our aim and objective, is always from the get-go, from the first time you sort of come into contact, we come into contact with each other. We want to be sort of giving you assurance and the right advice with the right knowledge, and without rushing. And I did message yesterday about that, once again, to remind everyone, bi'idhnillah, bihawlillah, inshallah. Yesterday, I had a conversation with the service providers. In fact, today as well in the morning. And they said, look, the quota is open, brothers and sisters. The third phase, when it's our second phase, meaning when we have a chance, just keep booking. Yani whatever's available, just book it. No issue. The visa will eventually run out, yes, but it will be like an open quota. You just carry on until there's no more left. So inshallah, there is an opportunity, right? So until it's completely over, and I would say to you, perhaps, and I said this to the service provider, inshallah, and this is from me personally, it's not from Hasan Travel, from anyone else, you know, inshallah, yani, this year everything's happened much earlier. You have to be aware it happened on the last 10 nights of Ramadan, or around the end of Ramadan. It was very difficult. People, you know, all night, Taraweeh, Yamul Layl, all of this was affected. Then it was after Eid, it continued, and it was closer to Hajj, right? And it was quite late in that sense. This year, it's not yet Ramadan. Still, there is some time left, inshallah, 3 weeks or so. So I would say to you that in that sense, inshallah, I'm hoping that if the Wazaratul Hajj wal Umrah, the Ministry of Hajj and Umrah, decide, a very simple thing, they see through the lens, through their system, they see, okay, everybody's booked, mashallah, all the quotas complete, right? If they want to, right, there is enough quota around the world, brothers and sisters, that are unused from Bangladesh. I'm not talking about within the Nusuk countries. For example, from Bangladesh, from Pakistan, from India, from many countries, there's a lot of quota not being used, right? Because you know, there's less people coming, right? And so they just, it's just a matter of one letter, one sort of decree, or what we call sort of an order from the Ministry of Hajj to allow, or the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, or those involved in the visas allocation, to the Ministry of Hajj to say, here you go, use another 20,000, 50,000, 30,000 for this year's Hajj. And they will say, do we have the time to prep? Do we have the space in Mina? All of that is available. The packages are available. So it may be the case that later on they will give more. We can't discount that. So my point is, until it's over, do we stop? I don't know. This is the point. Until there's no chance. Some of you have been trying so hard to get verified. You've got verified. You're there, right? Some other people, wallahi, I'm speaking to people, many people who are not verified, brothers and sisters. And we have raised this directly, and still it's come back. Subhanallah, may Allah make it easy for those brothers. That you know, how much patience required. I could count about maybe 8 to 10 times they've resent their documents, right? And it's come back and then after all of that was solved, another different issue came up, something about the picture, and you're seeing the discussions on the verification channel, okay, or chat. So brothers and sisters, just to recap and just to say, look, don't lose your hope and put your trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I must reiterate that, because you don't want to pull out and then you see a whole, you know, mashallah, a large number of visas suddenly available, and you think, oh, do you see what I mean? So this is what I just want to reiterate. Okay, if it doesn't work out, قدر الله ما شاء وما فعل. قدر الله ما شاء وما فعل. يعني it is the taqdeer of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I did say to many of you privately on the phone that a close friend of mine, and I'm talking like, it doesn't matter who we are, we don't have special connection. No one has special connection in any way to be able to secure someone's Hajj. The system is fair and fair for all. So one of my best friends, his mum and dad, maybe she's watching, auntie and uncle, they've been trying to go for 3 to 4 years now. And have been in our Telegram groups, have been joining, but if it's not the tawfiq from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then it won't happen. But there are many people who have come, and subhanallah, it's just they've got through. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to open it for uncle and auntie and all of you who are watching, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes it easy, and inshallah, after the difficulty there is ease. Suddenly the doors open and every one of you can book, bi'idhnillah. But from now until today, just as an overview from what's happened on Sunday, we can, in summary, say that, look, this year we had an issue with OTP, which is to enter into the website. It didn't crash as much. Once you're in, it was managed. Some people got kicked out, very small number compared to the years before. As Muhtadi mentioned, there were major issues. People confirmed, paid, and then it got cancelled. Imagine that. So these things didn't happen this year so far, alhamdulillah, as far as we know. So therefore, it is improving. They're working very hard to improve it. And so, inshallah, I think once they start opening this quota, and I'm sure they will be, this definitely, inevitably will happen. So it's, as we said, it's still in its hatchling years and first few years, and it will open up, bi'idhnillah. Then you will be able to book, and you all have been through this journey, and inshallah, if there's hopefully there's no next time, hopefully this time, this year, maybe during Ramadan, maybe post Ramadan, they may open it up further from the 10, 13, 12, 11,000 that are available from the visas. Last year was 44,000. If they increase another 10 to make it 55,000, who knows, to 60,000. So far, only 23,000 have booked, just on the figures that I've just seen on my mobile, that I was just shared as we are speaking on the webinar. So therefore, around 2,000 more booked since Sunday. Okay, so there are availability. So on Friday, to recap, Friday, inshallah ta'ala, there will be the opportunity for those countries, small countries who have small quota, or across the board, 100 countries or so, 110 countries, those who want to go will be able to search on the public package, search their flight and book. Then we expect around 2,000 to 3,000 people to book, and then inshallah ta'ala, the rest of the quota will come back to us, inshallah, for us to be able to book in phase 3. When that is, just to recap, we don't know yet. If I put a date down and it changes, then it's not nice. So let us find out. Let us be ready for Wednesday or Friday, 19th or 21st. But this Friday, for those of you who are watching from around the world, because I know there are some of you who are watching, may Allah open the doors for you and make it easy for you. Very simply, you log in and choose your public package. I don't think you'll have any issue because the numbers are not so high in trying to book, very small numbers. So inshallah, you'll be fine. And you know the list and the of packages that we are supporting. So please do look at that. But once again, I wanted to say, brothers and sisters, don't lose hope and put your trust in Allah and make dua, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will open the doors for you bi'idhnillah. So we have to be on a positive note. We have to be positive. كما كان النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم, as the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم was متفائل and optimistic in all situations. And in everything there is khair and there is good, brothers and sisters. So we see some khair from this, inshallah. So I think that's it. Anyone talking about post booking options, we will work on this later on after the booking or the sales process.
Can I say something to that? So many of you,
Yes.
I know many brothers and sisters were looking at availability of doubles and triples and some of the packages, and are seeing that they're not available anymore. What we say to you all that inshallah ta'ala, after booking, the first thing you should do, number one, is you should be trying to secure a package on something that is, you can make the most compromise on. And post that, inshallah ta'ala, we will work behind the scenes to try and do the extra supplements and upgrade some of the rooms. We will try from our end. But you have to make the choice now in terms of, do you want to go Hajj? And if you want to go Hajj, inshallah ta'ala, think strategically, think about the options available, and put your trust that inshallah this year you stand in Arafah, and those kind of smaller things in terms of double room or triple room to be with family, we will work on those behind the scene, inshallah.
Somebody actually asked me today on the phone, is it possible then if we go in separate rooms, so then how will what will happen? If there's 3 ladies and I'm the mahram, we can't say so 2 ladies and a mahram, and instead of having a triple, if we do quad sharing, I'll be with 2 other people, 3 other people, and there was an assumption that those 2, like if you go separate rooms, each of you will be in separate rooms. No, for example, a mother and a husband and his wife, right, and his wife's mother is going, right, so the 2 ladies can be grouped together with another 2 ladies. So the brother, may Allah bless you, who called me, he said that I didn't know that you could do that. So you can do that, and post booking with all families, even friends who booked on the same package will be able to link, inshallah. That is the aim. We should be able to do that. We have not had no issues previously to do that, inshallah ta'ala, to allocate you together. Yes, so with that, we're going to move to Q&A in a moment. So I hope that was sufficient information for today. Just to summarize again, um, um, this Sunday was very quick in terms of booking, very much quicker than we all anticipated, I guess. And inshallah ta'ala, there is another opportunity, a big opportunity coming, and with similar or minimum or more quota. So that's a large number, remember, okay? So please do be ready for that. We will announce when it is, inshallah. But just for now, be ready and have your packet. You have the information about which packages are available. I can see between the Sira packages, there is some more premium available. If you're specifically looking for a particular package, sometimes it works different. If everybody goes for the most popular package, then if you go for that small package, maybe you might get it as well, because nobody's going for that number if you're very smart. But then that changes after I've spoken now. But anyway, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept it from all of you. I think Jameel 200 and 204 have good availability. And because during 204, there was an issue with the flight being very long, and it's now been redirected to Riyadh, and then it wasn't showing, and now it was uploaded correctly sorry, it was going to Jeddah and then 14 hours, so now it's to Riyadh and then to Medina. So there is yes, a long wait, but it's Riyadh, so it's fine. It's a long way out from Medina, so you still got a flight all the way to Medina, inshallah ta'ala. So and it's a good airline, Saudi. So that's another one to look at. Have that in mind. But with that, I think any questions, anything you have, anything, something that's bothering your mind, or you want more information, clarification, you're more than welcome to contact us. And I have spoken to many people in the last 2 days. Apologies if I have not responded to 2 or 3 people. Usually I get back to everyone. There's a few people I haven't been able to respond to today. We had a funeral in our family, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant him Jannat al-Firdaus al-A'la, Ameen. So with that, I want to move to Q&A. Remember, you need to ensure that we are your guides, you need to register with your passports. If you haven't, I know months ago some of you did, so you're not doing that, so please do that. Here's the Q&A, so let's just go straight to that. Brother Mahir, I'll pass it on to you. Barakallah feekum.
Jazakallah khair. Brother Ayman, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yeah, alhamdulillah, Jazakallah for the advice session. I had like 6 or 7 questions by now. I only have one because mashallah you presented it in a good way with information.
Jazakallah khair.
And the question I have, it's not a bit technical, but essentially, with the packages, the ones with the custom flights, you have to choose, like, you have to search on the system for the flights. So those packages, the ones which are going live on Friday, would you suggest, if you can, just go for the country-specific flights, because that's less moving parts? Because what I'm worried about is if I add one to the basket and then that package, that flight option is sold out, or that flight option, for example, is not available, then it's going to be a bit of back and forth.
Yeah,
that.
Can I answer that, Sheikh?
Allah.
I understood what you said, Habib. Hopefully, I didn't let you finish. Is there anything else, Ayman? Sorry.
No, and then the next part is just in terms of the flight. If I add, custom package, I know I'm probably getting the names mixed up, but basically the package on Friday, which is going live on Friday, the GDS one, the
Yeah.
GDS package. If I add that to my basket and then I configure package, when I go to book it, would I need to add the flight again, or would the flight be the?
Okay, just to confirm with everyone, and I mentioned this before, I don't know, it's misunderstood. Right. So anytime when you search something on a GDS, it doesn't actually book anything for you. It just does a search. There's no actual booking, right? So it's just to give you an indication of how much it's going to be on the particular day. Is that clear, Ayman? Brother Ayman?
Yeah, I understand that. It's just
So,
seeing
when you
searching.
put it into your cart and you said to me, well, if I go back and it's not going to show, it didn't book it in the first place. What it done, it just done a search and gave you a rough total. But
Yeah.
at the point of booking, you'll have to do the research.
Oh, I
Otherwise,
have to research it. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
you have to. There's no way around
Okay.
it. And last year, many people did so. But what we're saying is like, time is so, this system is, so fast and so many people are trying. The ratio of people are increasing every year. So more people are trying to book. So this
Yeah.
is something to bear in mind. However, think about it in this way. For those people, if you're worried, like for example, this Friday, right? If those people from other countries book the flights, yeah, just bear with me. They're not going to book flights from Heathrow, are they? They're going to book flights from their respective countries. Does that make sense here? So
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
those flights are not going to go, inshallah. And I was assured that even today in the morning that look from Al Musafir themselves, and they said, look, no, as long as those initially a lot of the flights are going to come up cheap, and then later on it's going to go higher and higher, right?
Yeah.
Straight away when those fill up. So it's just about getting on the site, and even if it means you do Jeddah to Jeddah, you have to think tactically. We're going to talk about that later, right?
Yeah.
But instead of doing with the multi-city, it might work out cheaper.
Straightforward,
You've
innit?
got to
Just
try it
quick,
out.
straightforward.
And when it
Yeah.
does open again, search a few options and have option 1, 2, and 3. If I get to Saudi, it doesn't matter. Now you're in a
Yeah.
different sort of mentality, brother Ayman, I know. But
Yeah.
you know what? I don't mind now.
Yeah.
Before you were like very picky, but unfortunately the system is very, very it's designed in a way where so many people book so quickly and the availability is so small. You have to be
Yeah.
very quick. Now, on that, so hopefully, inshallah ta'ala, as for the hotels, right? That's the key thing. Well, if somebody from the public package now books a public package hotel, then that availability may go less on Friday. That's why we're saying public package post Friday, Saturday, give 1 or 2 days because they're going to keep it open for 2 days or 3 days. Maybe say next Monday we'll be able to give you a more accurate figure from both of the all of the public packages. So we'll do a webinar next week sometime, if that's okay, inshallah, and we'll give all of that information and share that to you. Is that
Yeah,
okay?
I understand. Yeah, because it's just okay, just because
Because if we
you know
send
when
it
I
now, it's not gonna.
yeah,
There's no need for it now. We'll send it when it's the time. I think that's.
yeah,
Otherwise,
And
yeah.
we're
But
just doing
inshallah,
it that way.
yeah, what I picked up from that is just if the the packages are still available with the custom flights from the UK, then just go for that because there's less moving parts. Because I want to just get anything, anything booked
inshallah,
now. So inshallah, yeah.
may
Ya
Allah
Rabbi,
accept it
may
for you.
Allah
Jazakallah Shah.
accept it from you. We want you
Um,
to come, Sheikh. MashaAllah, I can feel your uh
Efforts,
the
mashallah.
efforts, and subhanallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you've been very active on the group, mashallah, and it shows the passion. May Allah bring you to Arafat, inshallah. My dua for you, ya akhi, and for all of you,
inshallah.
for every
Ameen.
single one
For
of us.
everyone, inshallah.
Everyone, may Allah take me and take all of us together. Let us make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah accepts. And if it's not written, then we accept it, and inshallah, we will try again fil mustaqbal in the future, inshallah. But I think, inshallah, ya Rab. Yani Hajj lissa, yani Hajj is not here. Hajj is in May, ya akhi. End of May. Maybe Ramadan, maybe after Ramadan, even they will open it. Maybe. The system is there now. They've made a system where you can just book. If they just switch on, خلاص, maybe. يعني ما تعرف. يعني nobody can say for certain. So until they say خلاص, يعني off, يعني there's no more, يعني في أمل. There is a hope, إن شاء الله. صح؟ يا شيخ أيمن؟
نعم صح صح.
إن شاء الله. بارك الله
شكرا
فيك.
شكرا.
الله يكرمك.
Brother Kamal, Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Kamal.
Assalamu alaikum, can you hear me?
Yes, we can
Yeah.
hear you. Assalamu alaikum.
Oh, sorry. You had a couple of quick questions. One was, is there a way to let those in Nusuk know, like if there's any way that they can increase the one-time password time for booking day, like for example, from 5 minutes now to 10 or 15 minutes on booking day because there is heavy traffic. We were one of those as well, like many that, you know, had the one-time password issue. But beforehand, my wife never had the issue once. Like, alhamdulillah, it used to come within a couple of minutes. So that was the first question.
Yeah, Teddy, if you take that, please.
Yeah, I mean this issue was one of the problems last year and the year before that, and it's just the way they do it. I don't know what the tech behind it is, but it's always been a 5 minute window, and they haven't. What I can say is that it's been less of a problem, and you're probably thinking, how is that the case? And but it's the reality. And I've been on Nusuk 3 years running now, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, it's kept it the same. We don't agree with it, you know, but it is what it is.
Yeah, the second question was based on last year, this third round, do you think there'll be more time? Like this time it was over in 2 hours, 20 minutes. It was gone, you know. Would you think it will be a few hours or the same, just a couple of hours and that's it?
Should I talk to
I'm
that?
actually going to say something that might be
Okay,
controversial here. The fact that these delays are happening gives a bit of time for people to book. If it worked like clockwork, then potentially in the first minute, everything would have been sold out. That's the
Yeah.
reality. You may have been one of those people that switched on your laptop and you went to Windows restart, and then you're back in and it's finished. That's how the demand is, unfortunately. So this is potentially, you know, the reasons why it's happening, to give a chance that whoever gets in, and it kind of stretches out the time. Now, I don't want to say anything controversial, but you know, it seems to be that, you know, these tech issues kind of help people to book rather than not help them. Because if it does go in, then
Yeah.
it's going to be a case of, you know, literally not everyone gets a chance. Here, it's about now kind of random luck.
Okay, inshallah. Jazakallah. Thank you.
May
Just
Allah
to your
open for you,
point, just
inshallah.
also just to your last point, in terms of bookings, look, the countries that had high demand, you know, they've done the majority of their bookings, and we expect the traffic to be less on the third phase. So expect that, number one, and we also expect there to be an open quota from all of the global kind of visas available. So there will be a chance. Last year, our experience was nearly 60 to 65% of the people that traveled with us booked in the last phase. So we still expect that. Inshallah, don't lose hope. There's still plenty of chance, and inshallah ta'ala, Allah makes you amongst those who are standing in
Ameen.
Arafah. Ameen.
Inshallah. I was going to say to everyone as well, don't give up. Everyone keep trying, inshallah, till the end.
Jazakallah khair. Jazakallah khair. Okay, Brother Abdul Chaudhry, Assalamu alaikum. Brother Abdul Chaudhry, Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum
Yeah,
salam.
yeah.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Okay, brother, yeah, I've been confused about the public package and custom package. Can you a little bit clarify for me?
Okay, so custom packages are the packages with flights attached for each country. And the public packages are the package that do not have any flight attached. And you will have to search a flight through the GDS or the system within Nusuk that allows you to search for a flight once you have selected your package. So that is the key difference, okay? Custom has a flight attached to the package, and public package, you have to search for a flight using the GDS system to match your package, okay?
So same time I can do it, yeah?
Yes, same time you can do it, but at that time when you're doing the booking, and that's why we're giving the advice, it may take a bit of time to find your flight. So you might want to think strategically here in terms of what you want to book, a custom or a public.
Okay. And another question about topping up the money. I try to transferring and I send money to the OFX, and they want to send money tomorrow, they said. But they want to know what about, in the wallet, the name is Tashhir. What is the Tashhir meaning?
Ready?
On the
Tashhir is the
wallet.
yeah. So Tashhir is the department that handles all of the verification for Nusuk, and also they're the account holders. So the bank account is in Tashhir, and then the IBAN is specifically
Yeah.
account only. So when you make the payment, you send it to Tashhir, and you make sure you copy the exact the IBAN on the bank transfer. Otherwise, if you put one digit wrong, you'll go to someone else's account, and you won't get that money back.
Okay, Jazakallah khair. And
Yeah. There's a button when you go for bank transfer, you can click on copy and it will take it exactly, and you can paste it into your account online banking. But Tashir is the name of the whole organization that does the the accounting for.
Okay, and also they are asking the invoice. Is they're
Okay,
giving an invoice?
for the invoice, you can go to your summary page. If you had it
Yeah.
before, maybe it's difficult now. You could have
Yeah.
kept a screenshot or do a file save as PDF, and it will have page and a rough total. But right now, most banks are kind of aware of this thing. But if you're really struggling, give me a shout tomorrow, and I can help you with this, inshallah. Yeah, if you
Okay.
don't have my contact details, then please take it from the group, inshallah, and I'll help you
Okay,
on that.
inshallah.
This number,
Okay.
Muhtadi here.
Okay, assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum
Your
Alaikum
salam.
name?
salam.
Muhtadi here on the screen. You can see.
Muqtadi. Muqtadi.
Yeah.
Okay. Jazakallah khair.
Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Asma. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Asma Begum. Sister Asma, assalamu alaikum. Okay, we'll move on. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Shakira. Shakira Chaudhry. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. I'm just actually it's not Shakira, it's her mom speaking.
Okay.
Yes, actually
No.
I'm just I just want to be clear. You said that to register with you, we have done that, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, like other brothers, I was unable. I had problem to put money in my e-wallet, but at the end of the day I managed. But the time we had logged in, they were all gone. Now my question to you is whether do I wait for the another date for the custom package to pay, or shall I look for it for Friday?
For Friday, sister, if you're from the UK, you will not be able to book anything. They are giving an opportunity to the
For everyone.
countries they're giving an opportunity to the
I'm
countries
doing it on
that
Friday
do
then.
not have any packages, do not have any flights attached to their packages. There's some countries they will have to search through the GDS, and there
Yes.
are no custom packages. They're giving them an opportunity because they understand that the traffic was very high, and they want to give them the chance to kind of come to Hajj. Then there will be the third, and these are very small numbers, by the way. So we have to be clear here. And then the remaining quota for the rest of the world will become open for everybody. Okay, in that phase, there will be a large quota, and it may be 5,000 people more booked from the UK. We don't know. It's whoever gets in first and is able to book them.
All right then. Okay, because Shakira was going to take time off from school to just stay home to be able to do that, so she can go back to school.
What we're gonna
It's going to happen in the half term, sister. 19th.
Yeah,
and
no,
21st.
but it's Friday. I because I misunderstood. That's why I wanted to make it clear.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, thank you so much.
But we do say keep an eye on the Telegram group and any announcements in our WhatsApp channels, because if it for whatever reason something changes, then we'll inform there. Okay.
All right,
Jazakallah khair.
thank you.
No
Assalamu
problem.
alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Sister Asma, I know you wanted to try again. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu
Asma,
alaikum, brother.
walaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Sorry, I'm speaking on behalf of my wife and
No
myself as
problem.
well.
Tafadhal.
Brother, our question is, if inshallah with everyone's du'as and Allah's blessing, we manage to secure a package, does the package include the visa?
Yes, it does.
Yes.
So
Visa
if we
is, yeah, just to confirm, visa is the last. Once you've confirmed your package, you're going, inshallah. That's it. Visa is the
Alhamdulillah.
last thing right at the end. If you have your receipt and your confirmation, Bismillah, inshallah, bihawlillah, you're going. Visa
Alhamdulillah.
very rarely, very unless you're barred from the country, you know,
Oh,
and
dear.
very unlikely any visas get rejected. All people will have a chance to go, and they will ensure that you get a visa. The visa is just a formality after that.
Alhamdulillah.
On Nusuk.
And just one more question, brother, if you don't mind, please. The packages you've shown on your group with the Jamil, is it 204? Yeah. Are they with yourselves?
Yes.
All of the packages we showed are the ones we are supporting. We also have the list for the public packages we are supporting, and because they're similar kind of itineraries.
Right.
You can visit hasantravel.com/Hajj 2025/packages. We'll post it in the Telegram group afterwards. I've also posted it in the chat already, and you'll be able to see all of the packages. All of the package IDs also have links to the packages themselves. So if you right-click, copy the link, and go into Nusuk, you should be able to open it. But right now, because all of the packages are grayed out, you won't be able to access them. When they give the chance, inshallah, you'll be able to view all of them. Okay.
Jazakallah khair. Thank you very much,
No
brothers.
problem.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Thank you,
Sister
brother.
Nasima Malik. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Nasima Malik. Assalamu alaikum. Nasima Malik? No. Okay, I'll move on. Okay. Assalamu alaikum. No. Okay, we'll move on. Brother Sharif. Assalamu alaikum. Oh, they don't have a mic, that person. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Yeah.
Fadal.
Brother, two to three questions.
Fadal.
The first question is, can we get the packages that have got availability? Because I want to book the one that has got the most availability because I will have more chance of getting that.
Yeah. So,
I've had an issue where I don't know if the package was with you or not. I've removed it in the end. I have booked, not booked, sorry, I put it in as my favorite. And when I click on purchase, it takes me back to the flight area. And when I went there, in the end, I wasn't realizing why I was doing, but it was crashing. In the end, what happened is it showed me that the flight was full. The package was available, but the flight was full. And then I realized that I needed to change the package. So I removed the package from the basket, and then I tried to search one, and I could not. From there onwards, I could not get another package, and it was very difficult for me to find another package because I didn't have any other. I had one in mind, and I just went for that. So my question is, will you please post the packages that have got the highest availability? That's first. And my second question is the number of visas available. Will it be similar number to the number that was available? And how much was that number that have already booked from the UK? I heard that it was 3,500. And you're saying that there will be 5,000 or more may be available. If that is the case, that means I have more chance of getting it second round than the first round.
Okay, so in terms of the packages, in what's available for custom packages, we're posting in the group the availability on them in terms of what's available, how many is available. With regards to the public packages, because public package sales have not happened yet, that will be available post
Brother, I only
Friday.
want custom, brother.
No problem.
I don't want to headache for
yeah,
searching
inshallah.
flights. Yeah.
Inshallah.
Custom,
So
only custom.
So we've already posted it in the chat, and we'll post it in the Telegram group after the webinar, inshallah. Okay. In terms of your question about the visa quota, in terms of the quota, whatever is remaining in the entire world's quota will be available in the third phase. Okay, so there is still a high chance, and we're saying to everybody, look, last year the majority of people that booked with us, they booked in the last phase. Okay, so you have to keep trying. Okay, inshallah ta'ala, Allah makes you amongst those who join in Arafah, inshallah.
I mean, brother, one last question. Sorry.
Allah.
I think I have emptied my basket. So will I have the opportunity to look a package that's available and add it to my basket? Will there be a window like last time? Last time they given us an opportunity to just look and add packages, and then they gave us the day we were supposed to book.
Yeah.
Will it be similar, or will it just be open now, search for the package, now book it?
Yeah, in terms of that, we don't know yet. We are expecting it to get a chance for everybody to reconfigure their packages before the third phase, but we don't know the exact date or what time that will happen. And we will inform in the Telegram group, inshallah. We haven't been given that information from Nusuk themselves directly. Okay.
Brother Sharif, are you in the Telegram group?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Tamam, inshallah. طيب.
But there was too many people, and it's very,
والله
it was very
صعب
So
صعب.
confusing.
I
just
know. It's too
just
much. It's
follow
difficult.
the announcements, inshallah.
Follow the announcement section.
Okay, inshallah. Okay, inshallah.
Okay.
Jazakallah khair.
There's a section khas for announcement.
Okay, jazakallah khair.
Just
Okay,
follow
inshallah.
that one. There's important information.
Okay, inshallah.
Were you here in the beginning of the webinar today?
Yes. Yeah.
Not the beginning, but I joined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Akramakallah. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I was okay. No
Can I
worries.
just say, adding to that just quickly, last year they gave, like how they did this year, they said the timing, which was very good, and they sent an email, for the, last year when they had to pause the website because they kept on crashing. So last year had a different scenario where the website crashed. They stopped it, they stopped sales, and then they resumed. So they did give hours notice or 48 hours notice to say, yeah, go back and reconfigure, as they did some changes. This year we didn't see any pausing of the website. It's just that it's grayed out because the packages have run out in terms of the quote. But if you look in the back end, it says available, and you can still see there's plenty of availability. The ones that are sold out back end might have something saying, sorry, this package is full. But as I said, apart from the Diamond 5, all the other ones have plenty of availability, so you can still go for them and wait for the updated sheet, inshallah. But to answer the question directly, will we be able to configure our cart? By now, throughout the last month, when you've had, or last 2, 3 weeks, you should have been able to configure or practice going through Nusuk quickly, how to navigate, put your package, and go straight to the one. You can either type it in, you can use a URL link, you can either select Sira or Abdul Latif Jamil and quickly click on your package. That should be clockwork for you now, inshallah. So please be ready to do that, because you may not have time to, sit there going through slowly. Just go in, book.
I'm going to try Sister Nasima again. Assalamu alaikum. Give you another chance if you're available. Assalamu alaikum. Sister Nasima Malik. Okay, I'll move on. I think it's Sister Sophia. Assalamu alaikum.
Yes, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
I've just got two questions. So what would you say is the optimal time before to log in? Because I was logged in from 3:30-ish, and as soon as it went live, I got logged out and I couldn't get back in. And then I did get back in, say around 20 minutes before the quota had got they said the quota had gone. And I tried to click on my package. I got to the end and it said the flight had been full. So I tried to then look for another package and it logged me out again. So what would you say is the ultimate time before to log on?
Okay, sister, with regards to the right time to log on, there are many different people logged in at very different times. So we don't have a concrete answer on this. Some people logged in very early and they were able to stay in. Some people came in front of their computer at 4 o'clock and they were able to log in at that time. So there's no concrete time for anyone. We don't have any information as to how it kind of works and what allows you to log in at what time. But if we find any information on this, we'll share it with you, inshallah, in the group. Okay.
And just one more question: can free multiple accounts, like free computers, be logged into one account at the same time? Would it work?
Okay. So the issue with logging in from multiple accounts, what we found is a lot of people made mistakes with OTPs. They would get to the login screen and they're trying to log in from the 3 accounts and then messing up their OTP. So you have to be careful doing this, sister. Also, some of the tech brothers have been giving advice in the group that if you are logging in from multiple browsers, you are more likely to put more load based on your IP address onto the system, and it might make you might end up having to wait. So those people kind of just tried with one computer. We found that the majority of people that got in that tried with one computer, it was easier for them, but it's up to you. But you trying for multiple computers and then requesting multiple OTPs, that was a big problem for everybody. So you have to just be careful with that.
Okay, right. Jazakallah.
Okay.
If you find out any more information, we'll let you know. But again, we're hearing different. Everyone's got different ways in which, and they'll describe what happened with them, and it's difficult to say one right way. I guess there's just so many people trying to get on, isn't it? So just make dua and bismillah and start and see how it goes, inshallah. Put your trust in Allah.
Brother Muhammad Hussein, assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, can you hear me?
Yes, Fadl.
I joined a bit late, so apologies if you've already answered this. I was wondering, for the custom packages, will the prices increase for the third phase, even if it's like, I don't know, 100 SAR or would they stay exactly the same?
Okay, so for custom packages, the cost is fixed because the flight is fixed. So we do not expect any of the packages in terms of how you've configured them previously to change. So the majority of availability will be on quad. So the minimum base rate plus the flight is attached. It's a fixed cost. So on custom packages, we don't expect it to change at all.
Okay, Jazakallah.
Barakallah.
Okay, we'll move on. Brother Imran, Assalamu alaikum. Brother Imran Farouk. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. Just a question in regards to the availability which you presented on some of your packages. Now, in the grand scheme of things, is that the complete availability, on the remaining phases? Because those numbers are, fairly small in comparison if we're looking at, say, the authority increases the visa allocation.
So these are the availability on the custom packages. In terms of
Yeah,
public,
on the custom packages.
yeah, in terms of the public packages, there are a lot more availability, and we'll share before it goes live again. If anything changes, if we know there's other packages that we can support that the service provider is asking us to kind of work with, we'll share that with you as well. But for now, that's the information we have with regards to the custom packages that we are supporting, and the public package, inshallah, we'll share post Friday. We know that we've been informed that a number of them have high availability, and we'll share those numbers with you.
Yeah, and I think the other, one of the main challenges which I encountered was obviously logging back onto the Nusuk platform after the maintenance. And obviously you've highlighted the issue about the OTPs and, expiring as such. But I think, and I'm not sure if this is also the case with the other, brothers and sisters, the other issue which we had was, rather than it getting to that stage where it was generating a OTP, you couldn't even log on, to the system. It was either generating a timeout, indicating an issue on the Nusuk, infrastructure on their side, or the other thing being whereby it was just, hanging on the loading screen. And I think, that's the main challenge as such. I'm not sure if that information is being fed to, Nusuk, but like
Can
you
I
said,
ask which browser you were using?
I tried both. So I tried Edge, and obviously looking at, the Telegram messaging as well. Some people said to use other, Chrome, but it was the same. And by the time I was able to log on, I think I was trying from, say, after the maintenance window had expired, and I managed to successfully log on at about, I think it was 6:15, and by that time all the packages had sold out.
Yeah. So it's not okay. So in terms of the maintenance issue, many people had many different experiences. Some got in straight away. Some people had the loading screen. Some people had the OTP issue. Very few people had the maintenance screen. So around the world, we don't have any explanation as to how the
totally
tech would
understand.
work.
A few people had the something wrong pop-up box come up as well as they were trying to book, so that was very frustrating. So there were different errors.
In terms of
sorry, just one final point which I just wanted to add. Now, another brother mentioned this as well. I may have, in haste, emptied out, my cart, and also, my preferred packages on the basis that they had exceeded, and maybe I was a bit too hasty in doing that. There will be opportunities to, go ahead and reconfigure, go through the packages
that
again.
happened last time. That happened last year, but we don't know when and we don't know what time, but we'll inform as soon as it.
Okay.
Yeah, it may be the case they will even. You noticed how 2 days before, maybe 50% of the packages, we had to send a message out to reconfigure because Nusuk themselves asked us to inform you this, that a lot of packages were thrown out of the cart and they have to reconfigure. Many people said that it's still in their cart, but a lot of people it was taken out of their cart. So we still have some time and we have some challenges and, like certain requirements or things that we need to do. If there is, we will inform you straight away. Again, on your question about package availability as well, just to add, obviously, I'm just thinking out aloud here. We just had a discussion in the morning with the service provider. If it is the case, for example, what happens is they'll amalgamate. If they have the next phase, which is this Friday, okay, once they've seen how many sales are done, then they may amalgamate the packages and bring it together to give the total figure. So that's why it's really important that we are continuously updated on the availability, and we will advise and give that more accurate figure post the next, say, for example, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So around Monday-ish, we'll have a much better idea. on the totals, and then you can say, okay, this one sounds good, or this one doesn't sound good. You know.
So the numbers which you shared before, is that based on the UK allocation, or is that a global allocation?
Yes,
That's the UK
only,
allocation.
just
So
UK.
there is a possibility that if their custom packages are unsold, say elsewhere.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, understood.
Okay.
That's the key point. Yeah. So that's
That's
why
the
I
key
don't want to sharing tables and things like that right now. I think let the next phase go, and then from there on we will have another webinar before that phase 3, inshallah, to best prepare ourselves together, inshallah.
Okay, Jazakallah, and appreciate all your assistance and guidance, and
May Allah accept it.
Okay.
Nonetheless,
may Allah Ta'ala bless you all.
may Allah bless you too. Ameen.
I'm going to try one more time with Sister Nasima, otherwise we'll go to the end. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Nasima. Okay, I think she's struggling with her mic. Okay, we don't have any more questions in the with their hands up. I think we've answered the majority of the questions on the chat. I know there's one more still there. As Sheikh mentioned, even during Ramadan, you can still book packages if they are available. But what about the e-wallet? Will the balance be 0 for someone who didn't succeed after 14 days? So for someone who didn't succeed after,
the balance will stay. It doesn't go. Brothers and sisters, the balance will stay until next year if you're not able to book. So that's nothing to worry about. That's why if you made the intention and you're going to maybe perhaps the following year, if it didn't work out this year, you can still, some people from last year are here this year attempting to book. Yeah, so this is how it is. So nothing to worry in that sense. It's just the issue of the 14 days is that if you refund, then there will be a charge. And so this is something new. That's why some people want to pull out quicker if they're not going to go, or they want to, you know, they've already booked and they've got some money in there. These kind of discussions are there, but not to confuse anyone. I'm not saying, when I say to you bookings may happen in Ramadan, this is my feeling, gut feeling, but it may not happen. But I'm saying this year everything's early. If the people above, right, the organizers of Hajj, right, the senior people thinking behind the Hajj, I would think, well, hold on a second, everyone's booked now, alhamdulillah, everyone's confirmed. Shall we just look on the side and see, do we have more space for visas? All these companies may lose money on their packages, right? So perhaps let's give them, or may incur charges for cancellations, etc. So therefore, let's support them and give them more visas. And so, and also the need is there. Many Hujjaj have uploaded, they'll see the systems and they'll see people have uploaded their wallets and the money is ready and the people want to book. So then they will, inshallah, fi amal, there's hope, inshallah, they will, I hope so, they will just increase that. But again, we cannot say for certain. We will go by phase 3 with the amount that is left post phase 2, right? And we will give it a try. And we will try our best, all of us. And if it doesn't work out, bi'idhnillah, bihawlillah, still we can wait. And we say, you know what, I've made that intention. If it happens, alhamdulillah, and then if it doesn't, then alhamdulillah as well. We accept Allah's decree.
Okay, last question that came up was somebody asked, is it possible to get a breakdown of room availability? If we get this information, we will share it with you. But I will say to you, the advice from us is, those with, those packages that have the quad rooms, they are the ones that are easier generally to book, because to go into the checkout and configure and pay, there usually isn't any issues. And those trying to configure doubles and triples had a lot of issues. So in terms of that, we will send a breakdown if we have it available. But we just give the advice. First and foremost, do you want to go Hajj? If you want to go Hajj, make some compromise. And post-booking, we will work to kind of do upgrades and try and get people into doubles and triples accordingly. Okay. Okay. Last question. Assalamu alaikum. My wife has booked a package already. We wish to do the Hajj together. Is a cancellation possible and further rebooking together? Brother Caleb, it would be best if you call us at the office to discuss your situation. I think it will be, your situation is very specific, so better if you call us at the office and we can deal with your query. Jazakallah khair. Sheikh, we'll end on that.
Yeah, are we okay? Alhamdulillah. Sorry. So Jazakumullah khairan everyone for coming on tonight. I hope it was informative. Again, I'll reiterate to you all, there are challenges in Hajj, and we've said that many times, and I want to re-emphasize that if you didn't, if many of us were unable to book, and many of us were able to book, and we have to put our trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and keep going. And until until there's no chance at all, and we know for sure, then we should keep going. What to do, how to best prepare. We highlighted some of those things today, and we said, we can have a sort of approximate timeline of what's going on, what happens next. So Friday, just to recap, will be for non-UK, all of the countries, non-USA, they will be able to book on the public packages. And then about 3-4 days after, we all the world can book whichever country wants to book, right? And that will include UK and USA, and there will be a large quota for that. It's just about who can get through. Again, we expect a larger number then to book, but it means that you have to be ready and still feel that I'm going to book it, inshallah ta'ala. And then post the third phase, if there's a fourth or fifth phase, we don't know, but we should have hope and make dua, and inshallah ta'ala there will be an option. If there isn't, then we accept Allah's decree, and we continue for the next try for the next year or another time, inshallah ta'ala. But with that, I'm going to close it. I know there's a person who raised their hand. If you could reach out to our team or the office, we will answer your questions. Jazakumullah khairan once again, and look out for our announcements, and that's the best way, and take it from there. فجزاكم الله خيرا سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك وصلى الله وسلم على سيدنا وحبيبنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi everyone. Barakallah feekum for joining in. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you to the team. Assalamu alaikum.